The people I start most of my days with, and they know more than just my name. Today on Curated, brought to you by Yarmouth. Hi everyone, Eric here with another Starbucks review. This time it's my home Starbucks, located on Queen Street in Southington, Connecticut. The first location Starbucks had in this town was a really small building located on like this tiny little wedge of a piece of property. That first location was terrible. The parking lot was really hard to get in and out of, especially if you have a bigger vehicle like I drive. So I actually didn't go to that location as frequently because it was so difficult to get in and out of. And you had a lot of people that didn't have space inside because it was such a cramped location. They didn't really congregate there. It wasn't a place to necessarily meet anybody and sit for any given period of time. The new location is actually about a quarter of a mile down the road. It's a brand new building that they share with a Jersey Mike's sub shop. And honestly, it's 1,000% better. Although that location had some growing pains, which I'll get into in a moment, it is a vast improvement over the original. And for that, I give it 4 out of 5 cups. The environment inside is standard Starbucks new store, right? So the furniture is nice, the layout is really nice, and it's very thoughtful. All the equipment is new, which frankly this team of people really deserved because it is a very busy location, and I'll get into a little bit about the people and the kind of town this is located in. Early on in this location's sort of life, the roof and ceiling would leak when there was a really hard rain. So it was, sort of a drive-through only or a walk-in and take your beverage out only kind of a location, which wasn't all of that great, but it seems like they've gotten it sorted. The playlist here is always good. Sometimes it's a little bit loud, so if you have to take a phone call, personal or work, sometimes you have to just step outside and take that call without too much background noise. But like I said, the playlist is usually pretty good, and I'll get into in a moment. Sort of the energy or the vibe in the location is really good. So for all of those reasons, I give this location a 4 out of 5 cups for interior and aesthetic. All right, so now on to the staff and service. And I think in Starbucks language, it's really partners and service. And yes, this is my home location, and I have to tell you sort of initially, the team in this new cafe was not doing a particularly good job, but they have become total rock stars. So as I said, I didn't go to the location as much as I certainly do now when it was in the old location just down the road. But I'm there most every day, even on weekends, and I can tell you that yes, they have gotten to know my name and my order, and all of that is great. But if you sit there for any period of time, you'll recognize that that's not just something because I'm there every day. It is something that the people take a particular interest in others that are in their orbit every day. And so not only do they know my name, they know my order, but I've been in there 2 times with our family dog, and I have a number of those partners or staff members that ask, how's the dog doing? Why isn't she with me that day, etc. And then further, I watch and see how they interact with other individuals that come in. And yes, there are a lot of regulars, but there are a lot of people who I've never seen before, and they treat everybody just the same. So from that standpoint, I have to give this team a 5 out of 5 cups. So on to dependability, and I have to say, this location, and I think I mentioned it already, not smooth sailing when they initially opened. And I'm not sure what necessarily got them turned around, but when I first started going to this location, they would be running out of things. I'm a tea drinker. I think that it's relatively easy to keep, boxes of tea around, and I didn't think there were that many of us that just drink tea and don't drink coffee. But they would run out of things. And then from time to time, and I would say pretty regularly, the point of service or point of sale system was not working. And so they would have a sign outside that said, hey, you can come in, but you have to order by app or use the drive-through, which, as you might imagine, made that drive-through line extremely long. They have been absolutely rock solid ever since. And it's been many, many months since some of those rough spots had occurred. So from that standpoint, I give this location a 4.5 out of 5 cups. And it's as much about their recovery as it is about their absolute rock steady dependability. So then on to the final category, which is the people factor. And if you've read anything or have seen anything about how Starbucks really turned its business into a cafe business, was creating an environment that people would want to be in, and very heavily influenced by cafes in Italy. And so the people factor, as you might imagine, really does matter. It's who's in there, who's coming in and out. You're sitting there for any length of time. There are a bunch of different people who come and go. They are generally on their way to or from something either work or family related. And the people that congregate there usually are there either for work or just to meet somebody casually. And I see both each and every day. The location, though, isn't exactly a vibrant, sort of high energy urban location, nor is it like on the edges or inside of a college town. That said, it has a great amount of energy, really friendly people. You walk in the door, you could say hello to somebody and they're going to say hello back. So from that, I will give this location a 4 out of 5 cup rating. So overall, this location scores really high. Again, not just because I'm there every day, partially because I have a lot of opportunities to observe very different types of people coming in and out, different times of the day, etc. But I do try to do that with each and every location that I rate. The Queen Street, Southington, Connecticut location gets a 4.3 out of 5 cup rating. And I think it's really well deserved. It's one of the highest ratings that I have seen since I started doing this. I hope that you liked this review and will subscribe to the channel. And I'll look forward to bringing you another Starbucks review very soon.